What's up, everyone? I'm Dimebot, and welcome back to Flight Sim and the 2023 Favorite Places to Fly World Tour. Today, we're in the Pacific again. I promise I'll find another place to fly eventually. There's just a lot of fascinating stuff here, and today we're taking off from Isabela. Your airport code is SEII, and for those that haven't figured it out yet, yes, we're in the Galapagos Islands. So this should be very interesting. There's a lot of interesting history here. If you didn't know, the Galapagos are an archipelago of volcanic islands in the Eastern Pacific. They're right on the equator. They're actually off the coast of Ecuador, and they are famous because of Charles Darwin. This is where he came on the Beagle to study. He was the ship's botanist, and they were doing a survey, and he promulgated his theory of evolution based on some of the species he saw here, particularly the finches. Now, that is not the whole story. Do not take it as canon. There's a whole lot else that goes into that, but that's kind of the Cliff's Notes version of it just for this flight. You see, we've taken the Pilatus Porter here. We're going to get going. Now, there are several islands in this archipelago. There is San Cristobal, Santa Cruz, Isabela, which we are on right now, the largest one. You can see some other airports here and the other islands around. Now, each of them is going to have some varying differences in their environment. You know, you'll see grasslands, jungles, some of them, including one that we may go take a look at in a minute. There's not a whole lot there because the island is relatively new, relative being, geologically speaking. Galapagos Islands named for their giant tortoises. Unfortunately, we won't be able to see them in the sim, but they were named that because the Spanish word Galapago means shell, and they thought the shells also looked like saddles. So, a little bit of an interesting naming convention there. Now, we're going to be turning here a little bit towards the west. You'll note that if you look at the Isolene map, you'll see lots of these circular elevation changes. This is because these are volcanic islands. You can see a lot of dormant volcanoes here on Isabel. You can see the cones rising out there in the distance. Go ahead and cut our turn here, but you can see right there, just off of the nose of the aircraft. Now, there is a somewhat small population that is scattered around the islands. You're going to find a lot of researchers as well. Many of the islands, they are protected, part of Ecuador's Galapagos National Park and Marine Reserve, because it's not just the finches and the tortoises. There are sea lions and penguins and a species of marine iguana. Yes, iguanas that hop into the ocean and go feed on plants that cling to the rocks just off the island under the surf. So, very interesting place. And as a matter of fact, I think we're going to take a little hop so you guys could see one of the other islands now. Through the magic of editing, I'm going to go from right about here to right about up here. So, hold tight and let's do just that. Alright, and here we are. You can see I've jumped from down there to all the way up here. Turn the map off real quick. Just to have a look at this other island, we can see the volcanic caldera rising up in front of us. Good look out to the right here. And this is decently accurate as far as vegetation that would be on this newest island. Spoiler, I watched a nature documentary on the Galapagos not too long ago, so if you guys are wondering how my production process worked, as far as picking places, aside from your comments, there's a little sneak peek. Yeah, well worth flying up here. Very different than what we left behind on Isabela. You can see back there behind us. Just well worth coming up here and checking out with such unique geography and real world meaning with all the discoveries that were made here and continue to be made here. But that will do it for me today, guys. If you liked the video, found it helpful, useful, hey, like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. And if you'd like me to check a place out, leave it in the comments below and I'll see if I can fit it in. And if you're here to the end, well, watch time is key on YouTube. So thank you very much. My name is Dimebot. I'll see you guys next time.